What up, y'all? So I am back at it with Cataclysm Standard. This time I'm doing Burn Mage. This is one I was very interested in because during the Brawliseum, just before the release of Cataclysm, it seemed like Mage was decent. There were some tools, and we got some more tools in the core changes that they made. So we got like First Flame. What else? Winterspring Whelp is actually pretty decent. I'm surprised by that card because one-cost spells are pretty good. Who would have thought? But this deck is pretty straightforward. You know, you play guys that either give you spells or give you spell damage, or get buffed by dealing damage with spells, or you draw cards and then you just deal damage. Arcane Flow, incredible card. Only card I'm unsure about in here is Spellweaver's Brilliance. I can't imagine it's too busted because it costs one less for each damage you dealt with spells this turn. If that was, you know, it could have cost 15 or 20 and said maybe 15 and cost one less for each damage you've dealt with spells, period. And I think that would be way more incredible, but, you know, it's something. So you can deal like 6 damage with Arcane Flow, and then this costs 4, or, you know, there's a variety of other things, like Time Twisted Seer is surprisingly good, so once you get into, like, turn 6, 7, 8, stuff like that, you can go Time Twisted Seer, poke him with your hero power, and then play a couple spells. So playing things like Sleet Storm or Arcane Barrage is usually ideal, because it deals damage to something and something else, so you kind of double up on that spell damage bonus. But getting like arcane missiles from Spellwing, or, you know, just basic stuff like Frostbolt, just good stuff. Really solid deck. I've played a couple of games with it, and it seems to be consistent. But I want to give it like a full-blown test and see how we do. So let's go. I've played quite a few decks so far. I don't show you guys everything that I test because some things are just awful. Like, it's, I mean, it was bad enough. Like, Egg Warlock seemed like a decent deck, but I went 0-5 with it. But I was like, screw it, show them, see how it goes. So that video is available. Still can't tell if it was me misplaying or bad hands or bad matchups. It's very hard to tell. Because I've played against that deck and lost quite a few times, actually. It seems like it's got the tools to be powerful, but maybe not in my hands. I don't know. Winter Wellspring, great start. I think Arcane Barrage is going to be good against this, because then we're dealing damage to multiple things at a time. Believe it or not, I think I'm going to throw back the Frostbolt. There's quite a few other things I'd rather have. Frostbolt is, you know, I think fine to keep here, but yeah, First Flame is great. That gives me more things to counteract the aggression of what I assume is Herald Shaman. Huh. Yeah, hard not to take Nightmare Fuel. Hopefully that gets me something good. Oh, this seems like some kind of elemental shaman, I guess. Not a lot of these decks play Firefly. Ooh, Smoldering Grove, very good card. I'm gonna First Flame just because it activates Nightmare Fuel here. Might as well try and get some value. Oh, yes please, draw a fire spell, and let's see, just make sure I have, so yeah, Smoldering Grove is a fire spell. Otherwise, there's not a lot.
What to do? What to do? Time runs out on me.
Yeah, First Flame, so there's not a lot of fire spells, surprisingly, so Battle Cry will trigger twice, so I do get to draw 2 cards. I think it's okay. You know, I actually just realized I don't think this deck plays Fireball. That seems wrong. Am I tripping? Alright, there's an Arcane Flow. That's helpful. I got 7 cards in hand. This will, yeah, draw me up to 8. What do we get? First Flame and Smoldering Grove. Cool. So this deals... Oh no, Kindred is how I get the spell damage. But that's fine. Drawing 2 cards is still pretty good. Well, there's an elemental I could have triggered Kindred with. Oh well. I think I have to play this to draw 3 cards, or it discards, so that means I should probably play some things. Pretty much all I can play are the first flames, though. So that would bring me down to 8 cards, minus this is 7, draw 3 puts me to 10, so I'll burn a card. Do I want to burn a card, or do I want to burn this card? This will discard next turn. So... yeah, we're going to do this one, I guess. I think it's fine. Okay. Double Volcanic Thrasher is a thing. I've been wondering if Elemental Shaman could be good. Seems like they have some of the tools to be a pretty consistent deck. And I can only assume this is getting, what, Lava Flow or something like that, which could be bonkers. Lava Flow is like 3 mana, 2 damage to the lowest health enemy 3 times. So with the spell damage, it's 4 damage 3 times, so 12 damage for 3 mana. Pretty insane. There's a couple ways to play this. I could go for the unstable Spellcaster. I could go like First Flame in that. It's not the worst, I guess. And this could set me up for a pretty solid turn next, assuming they don't kill them. Is this the Lava Flow? Slag Claw, oh boy. With the Sizzling Cinder already on board. Hello, hello. So they get to get rid of 1, alright. Well, keeping spell damage +1 is still reasonable, I guess. Oh, there's another if I want it. So 3 to all enemies. I can deal 4 to all enemies. I guess let's go for it. I'm going to take some damage off the cinders, but it hits their face as well, and I can do this. Yeah, Arcane Flow is one of the ways that you can get this thing to work immediately, because it's dealing damage to so many different minions, and each of those different minions' damage counts towards this. Otherwise, it's a little tough to trigger, in my opinion. And very surprised none of those cinders actually hit this guy, Spellcaster. Alright, you got me. So let's see if I can do this and poke it, and then I have 4 mana remaining. So I can do this, and what, First Flame, I guess? Or Second Flame? Doesn't seem great. Maybe the Raincallers are okay here.
to do? What to do?
Yeah, I think I should save this guy for a couple turns from now, but the question is, how do I play this? Let's try that. I could have mixed in a Raincaller in there, I guess, but I'm actually not a big fan of Raincaller. If I were to cut cards from this deck, Raincaller is probably one of them. But I guess it's got its place. If you can get it down early, it could do some damage. But this format is so aggressive, I feel like a lot of the early turns are just trading minions back and forth, so is what it is. Ooh, Fire Breath is what they got. Okay, that's reasonable. So they're probably taking this guy out. And they just threw that straight at my face. I do have to be a little careful now because my life total is pretty low. Elemental Shaman seems cool. I will probably try this out. Because I've been wanting to use Slag Claw, and I've just been wanting to play Shaman in general. The Herald ability is not my favorite. Yo, okay then. Plus a Static Shock, sure. This deck seems cool. Ooh. Double Twisted Time Seer.
Your fate is twisted with ruin.
So that's 7. These will be 3 each, so that's 13, 16. Ah, I'm close. I don't think I can get them. What to do indeed. I guess let's see what this hits. Sure. So we got 7, 10, 16. Yeah, just can't get them. So I think I've got to do... Yeah, this sucks. I guess I should have thrown that out to hopefully eat up some more damage, but... Yeah, that sucks. Okay. And there's the lava flow, of course.
Well played.
Let nature rest.
Alright, that was definitely not my best game. Yeah, definitely could have played that better, I think. There's quite a few decision trees with this deck. It's surprisingly got some play to it. Huh. Yeah, I think the double Smoldering Grove early on kind of threw me off. It's possible I should have played that a turn earlier before I burned one to draw 2 cards and then dealt with the other one whenever appropriate, but... Yeah, not my best game. What are you gonna do?
Jaina versus Huln.
Let the hunt begin.
You asked for it.
But that game did give me some hope that Elemental Shaman is possible to play. I'm a little tempted to keep one of these. Because putting this on like an Arcane Flow is not bad. I guess putting it on anything is not bad. Especially a Sleet Storm or a Arcane Barrage. And it does give me something to do in the early turns. That also puts something on the board. Okay, not bad. I don't love Bloodmage at this point, but that's a good draw. I don't think 2 1/1s are good, but 4 damage to a minion would be cool. Only problem is 2 corpses might be tough to acquire. I think an 0-4 with Taunt is gonna be a little relevant. And I no longer have a dragon in my hand, but there's, what, 1 more in the deck, I think? Yeah, we got 1 more. There's a chance.
Silver arrowheads. An excellent choice.
That's pretty good. Yeah, it's really crazy turn 1 to be able to go 2 guys and your hero power. Interesting choice. I don't know that I would have precise shot there, but go on with your bad self, I guess. Okay, Neri is a card. Three damage to a minion is helpful. I'm tempted to throw this guy out there. Next turn I'll have 5 mana, 2 for this, and then that leaves me with 3 that I can then go Holy Smite and Ruined Orb on stuff. It's not the worst, and I've got a couple different spell damage abilities right now.
No quarter for traitors.
Okay, well, can't target that guy. Alright. That's fair. That's also pretty good. I don't think that was the right attack. I think they send the 1/1s at the 0-4 and then do this on that, and then they get to keep them all. But who's counting? Not me. We're going to do this. We got to get rid of Neri, I think. Let's actually get this guy out there. Yeah, turn 5 being at 22 is actually a good sign for me against this deck. Normally I think they would have you at a much lower life total. Yeah, and playing Arcane Shock on my minions, I like. Wow, okay. That's a great sign. Okay, so they're a little too trigger happy with the minions, but I am at 12, so gotta be careful still. I guess we'll do this. And I'm going to put some guys out here, so hopefully they eat up the damage off of this guy, I will definitely take an Arcane Flow. Of course they both hit my face. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Now we're in a much worse spot. Went from 22 to 10 in a turn. That's crazy. Alright, very well done. The Neri was clutch for them there. And I wasn't a big fan of Neri when I was playing this deck, but that worked out very well for them. Well, I can clear the board, but then I just have a two-turn clock to take them out, which will be difficult. I guess what I can do then... Let's see, this will deal 6... Yeah, I think we do this. And of course it costs 1. So close. I guess I could have gone like this and then played it. It's fine. This is a bigger guy. That was what I was more concerned about, is trying to get more stuff to their face. Yeah, I don't know that I can do... Oh, well, that'll do it. Okay.
Well played.
Alright, 0-2. Not the best start here. And to be fair, this is a tier 1 deck, and I'm playing a tier 2 deck, so that is, I guess, what should happen, but I do like this deck. It's got some decent consistency, just not... I mean, first game, I think, was probably my misplays. That game was... Yeah, that was rough. I mean, my opponent even misplayed in a couple of times, and I feel like it's even more important when you're playing a deck like Tolvir Hunter to be playing tight, because your resources are so thin. Everything is just, you know, math and trying to squeeze as much out of each little 1-drop as you can, so, but they got there, that's all that matters. This guy is pretty good. I think I'm going to keep this. I'm just not sure if I want to keep First Flame. I'm trying to think, what would Demon Hunter be playing? Probably some Herald minions. Oh, so Jordan says, I haven't had much fun with any deck yet. Yeah, there's been a couple for me. Imbue Druid is probably the one I have the most fun with, but I feel like everybody's playing it, so there's so many mirror matches that come up. But yeah, with Quest Mage, but you lose half the time. I mean, to be fair, most decks in Hearthstone lose half the time. Yeah, I haven't played Quest Mage, actually. I've been wondering if it was worth my time. In the last metagame before rotation, it seemed like Quest Mage was very dependent on the quality of their discovers. So if they didn't get good cards off of the discover abilities, then they just kind of lost eventually. Maybe that's still the case, but that's part of why I never pulled the trigger on building the deck. Might be worth going back to and trying, because there are a lot of good mage spells now. Let's do this. And we're going to have to play this next turn, because it will draw 3 cards. I was hoping they'd play a minion so I could get the First Flame off. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. Ruined Orb, Frostbolt, and another First Flame. Lightning Bolt's a card. Yes, please. Alright, so we're definitely playing Archmage next turn. From a pure enjoyment perspective, it's been my favorite. Yeah, you know what? That is what matters half the time with Hearthstone. Like, I always try to balance that, like, being competitive, spirit-type stuff with actually having fun. Because at the end of the day, I play this game for fun. I am grinding and doing stuff like that. You know, like, the most competitive thing I think I do is just a legend run at the beginning of the month. But after that, it's like, then I just start playing whatever decks I feel like I want to play. So, how do I go from here? I think Archmage is still to play. Kind of hard not to. So now, boom, 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 boom. Yes, please. That is pretty good. And then I can get more spell damage. Sure. That's a pretty cool Fel Infusion. It's nice to see Hive Map seeing play too. I've been wanting to play Demon Hunter with Hive Map just to see how good it is, because I feel like there's way better Fel spells now. Yeah, before Cataclysm, there wasn't very many good Fel spells. Yeah, totally okay with that attack. I'm tempted to Bloodmage here and then play some spells. Because I can go First Flame for 4, another First Flame for 4,
What to do?
bolt their face, and then play a 6/6. I think that's the play here. I could also freeze their face, which might be helpful. I guess that would have been better last turn before this guy popped off, but what are you going to do? And, you know, maybe I don't even need to Blood Mage. I mean, I guess this guy is annoying because it's 4 and these are 3s. Yeah, we're going to use him. Oh, because that's not... Okay, so I got to use this one. And then we'll throw that at their face. And this. Alright, that was a decent turn. I don't think Bloodmage is going to live through this turn, but that's alright. There are ways to get rid of that 3/3 still. I would like to second flame it, but that seems unlikely. Alright, so I'm kind of getting sold on Spellweaver's Brilliance a little bit. It's a little better than I think I give it credit for. It wasn't great the first couple times I played it, so I think I wrote it off, which is not a good thing to do. Sure. Wow, and another Sigil. This card is very good. That's a good draw. Thank you. I think I throw these at this guy just because this can hit their face and these can't. I do want to see what I discover first, though. You know what, we're going to do this. Another Infestation, okay. Infestation also a good card. Demon Hunter's got a lot of good cards. I feel like it could be tier 1 if we just find the right combination of things. Alright, pretty close to getting these together. That'll be really good. Sure. I would be very happy if they attacked this. They're also 1 mana away from Azshara, their colossal minion. And that could be bad, because Azshara can deal a lot of damage. My favorite is to play Azshara after you play Deathwing, because the hero power for Deathwing gives you +5 attack. So you go Azshara with 10 mana, use the last 2 for the hero power. Usually Azshara gives you 8, so then you've got 13 Wind Fury. It's just, yeah, it's insane. That's pretty good. Ooh, and a Sleet Storm. Let's get a mage spell. Alter Time could be okay here. I'm a little tempted by Explosive Runes, though. Yeah, I'm gonna Explosive Runes. I have a feeling it's going to be good. Okay, Ultra Axion. Well, that at least makes it easier to kill. Oh, and this doubles up the spell damage. That's actually really good. Because now the card's got spell damage +2 because each half had +1. That's nuts. I did not know that. Yeah, how do I not do that? Yeah, how do you not? Do we have them here? I think we do. Yup. Kaboom. Alright, 1 and 2.
It will be mine.
Alright, not the best record so far, but there is still hope. I think there's a lot of play to this deck, so you probably need to get a good amount of games in to really have a solid understanding of it. And that's one of the other reasons I was actually interested in playing this deck in the first place. Is, I mean, it's fun to throw burn spells at your opponent's face, but also just seems good to challenge yourself a little bit.
None can escape my fury. You asked for it.
While Spellcaster is good, I don't think that's a keep. A little tough to justify the spot. These are decent. I'm tempted to throw this back, though. I think I'm going to give this a try. We'll see. Because if I get something like Raincaller, now is the time. Yeah, Spellwing's decent, too. Yeah, another Sleet Storm is awesome. Look at that. This could be good. One of these Sleet Storms, and then this will give me an Arcane Missiles. Those will cost less. Flame Strike also is tempting, though. I think this is good insurance, but
Time runs out on me.
I want the story of the Waygate, but I think Flame Strike is the right call. Yeah, Flame Strike and Blizzard seem like reasonable cards for this deck, but there's just not enough room. You want to be able to yeah, you definitely want to be able to handle minions. I think let's do that. The other thing is, Flame Strike could be great to just clear the board, and then I can drop both of these, assuming they have 2 or more minions. That's not bad. Oh, snap. Oh, okay. Darn it. Could have Spellweaver Brilliance that turn if I had played that differently. Because from there, I could have gone Coin Frostbolt and then dropped both and had 12 more. That would have been the play there. Got a little too hasty. This could also do it. So they cost 4 here. This will make them cost 1. Alright, a little nervous because I only have 1 card left in my hand, but I do have Smoldering Groves in the deck. That could draw some cards. Well, hello there. I always forget this one costs 6. Most of the other ones cost like 8 or more. Alright. That's pretty good. And I can't Flame Strike yet. That's unfortunate. Wow. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Well, I guess we do this. Yeah, we're just gonna pray. Let's just see what happens here. They've got a stacked hand. I can only imagine things are gonna get a little worse. Ay, ay, ay. Now I can't even play the Flame Strike. Alright, I'm definitely dead. Yeah, I was wondering how good this guy is. He seems bonkers, and he is, in fact, bonkers. Holy goodness. So yeah, I'm having a blast playing this deck, but not doing super great. So, there's that balance. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I could even draw here that would make a difference.
Quickly.
Like, Arcane Flow is okay, but not great. Yeah, that is something I'll say about Demon Hunter. Their card advantage is stellar. Yeah, Chaos Strike and all that stuff is crazy good. They've got... Like, I feel like I should be trying to brew some Demon Hunter deck. Just press the advantage, Chaos Strike. Crimson Sigil Runner is in the running. No pun intended. Yeah, they definitely...
Well played.
Not gonna bother with this one. Alright, 1 and 3. That's crazy. Yeah, it's a big factor that the Rogue Colossal Minion costs 6. What, Sinestra? But Isarath, phenomenal card. Yeah, it seems like this deck needs some other tools to be able to really handle the metagame, because, I mean...
Jaina versus Morgul.
Alright, Shaman.
You asked for it.
Raincaller's a decent start. I'm not sure if Battlefield Blaster is... I mean, I'm going to keep it and try. I feel like this card has... Oh, that's a really rough draw. Okay. That's good, though. Thank you for that. I guess Raven Idol's okay. I could Mimicry. Giving them cards is not my favorite. Usually the best time to play Mimicry is when they have, you know, 8 or 9 cards, and then you're making them burn at least 1. Execute could be reasonable. Yeah, it's kind of hard not to take Raven Idol. Well, hello, Egg. Yeah, the egg can get out of hand if you leave it alone too long, so I think we'll do that. Yeah, I see a lot of people playing Twilight Egg in decks, and I don't think it lives up to the hype. Interesting choice of attacks. This is a really good start for them. There's a Flame Strike when you need one, shoot. Or an Arcane Flow? Oh, okay then. I asked and I got it, sure. I have 8 attack on board. So I could Battlefield Blaster this Arcane Flow. And then next turn I can deal 3 to everything. I'm a little concerned about taking more damage here, but I'm not sure that I really have much of a choice. Let's start with this. Sleet Storm and Fireball are both decent.
Time runs out on me.
Yeah, I think I still gotta go with this. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I almost put it on Sleet Storm, but I think the flow is just better, because it's going to be a while till I combine them anyways. And I think, especially if they commit more minions to this board, yeah, 3 to all enemy minions could be helpful. Oh, shoot. That's real bad. Well, at least it'll be gone with the Arcane Flow, but they're going to have the hammer now. Shoot. And I think I kind of want to throw this guy out there, but I do have a feeling they'll just hammer it, so we'll do that. That's a good card. Very surprising they didn't hammer.
What to do? What to do?
How do I want to do this? Yeah, I think I just do this.
Got it all under control.
Runs out on me.
Oh wow. Okay, cool. Alright, so went 2 and 3. Not a great record, but it works. Yeah, I think Shaman is a decent matchup for this deck. Even though yeah, Elemental Shaman not so much, but the Herald Shaman, I think I do okay. Those are actually my only 2 wins were against Herald Shaman. Rogue was a little rough. Hunter was tough, but I think Hunter could go either way just depending on the draw. If I remember correctly, that wasn't the greatest starting hand. But yeah, Burn Mage is something. I definitely recommend it if you want to play something fun. There's a lot of power in this deck, but I think it is all about your decision trees, so there's a lot of factors involved. Each turn, you got to be making sure you're sequencing correctly, so definitely take some skill, but at the same time, there is a cap on the power level compared to some of the other decks, just because we're playing a very straightforward strategy of, like, try to get spell damage as much as possible, try to just burn your face. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But 2 and 3, not bad. Definitely going to keep pumping out videos like this. I will probably come back to Burn Shaman because I want this to be good, or at least I have fun doing it. So we'll see if I can evolve this a little bit. But thanks for watching, guys. Peace and love.